Wrong button. This is your captain speaking. Welcome aboard flight number 1014, another edition of the Rad RC Show.
Now, let me turn that off. And let me turn that off. Okay. Welcome back to another Saturday night edition of RC After Dark. And we have a co-pilot. Oh, I got a bug on my screen. We got a co-pilot taking flight with us tonight. Jeremy Kilburn, Mr. At Ease RC, is here with us to take a deep dive of last weekend. So if you are, let me slide over and see who's flying on board with us. Comments, what's going on, Fishing Bill? How you doing? We got a whole bunch of people here. What's going on, Mr. Shelley? Hopefully you can stick with us, streamer. I know you're at work. Stick along as you can. We are about ready to go wheels up here. I'm about ready to bring Jeremy on board. But we need to recap. If you are embedded in the RC world, you know, and if you survived last weekend, you know last weekend there was a lot happening. Events all over, RC cars dropping from, here, Timmy Galuth is back again. What's going on, bud? Yeah, so let me pause for a little station identification. We'll grab our official intro, and I'm going to bring our co-pilot on right away and let him take center stage. And we're going to put him in the juicer tonight. We're going to see what we can try and squeeze out of him. Maybe there might be an accidental truth that just might drop out of this young cat's mouth, and see what's new and coming, and maybe what we got to expect in 2024 or even later this year. Who knows? But mainly, if we're not going to, I know sometimes he's locked up tighter than a vice, so I doubt we're going to crack that nut. But what we can guarantee you is a solid recap. I promise you that. He will disclose everything that has already happened. You're just not going to get anything out of him what's coming. All right, so let's slide over here. We'll grab our branding. We're going to pull up the official Rad intro, and when we come back from the intro, Jeremy will be with us. Warning, I have not fixed the intro. It is very loud, so if the volume is up, like it is on my headphones, you might want to adjust it right now. I have not fixed this audio yet. It's loud. Rad intro.
And ready to taxi.
209er, taxi to runway 19er. Flight 209er, you are cleared for takeoff.
I did it, Jeremy. Are you proud of me? I've got the intro. We've got the overlay. We got an overlay, and we've got it working. So, welcome back, Jeremy. Welcome back to the Rad RC Show. Welcome back to the East Coast.
Yeah, it feels like it's been more than a minute.
Well, holy crap. You mixed a little business with pleasure. You started out with a personal vacation and then right into the next trip. And yeah, so no doubt it's been a minute.
Yeah. So 3 weeks ago, wife and I cruised Italy, Greece, and Turkey. and then I was home for 3 days, and then went to California and started a 1 week adventure out there.
So do I need to check your pulse? I want to make sure the West Coast didn't damage you in any sort of way.
I don't think it damaged me. I got a little bit of a dry throat, but that's about it.
That's about it.
Forgive me
Okay.
if I cough a little bit. I'm fighting a little dry throat.
When we logged in just before the show, the microphone and audio checked when you coughed. I was oh,
Yeah.
I felt that. So thanks for the warning.
Yeah.
So, do you want to talk? I really don't want to go too far. I think you'll appreciate this. I really don't want to go wheels up and dive too deeply without at least recognizing the crap that is happening in the world. And I'm specifically talking about with Israel. Does it get political when you talk about this stuff? Is that a thing, or is it as simple as we stand with Israel?
Yeah. I mean, I'm usually non-opinionated about these things, as I am still currently serving. So I
Well,
I don't have an official opinion that I can share. So
okay. So you almost answered my question in a way. Then it does get political at some point.
yeah, I can't really
It,
voice my
and
opinion.
yet,
Yeah.
well, let me ask you this though. But if the president of the United States goes out and says we stand with Israel, I mean, at that point, our army's standing with them.
Yeah.
If anything, all I simply wanted to say in this dark and tragic time for the people that were at the music fest and the private civilians, the innocent people that have lost their life, it is a dark time right now. And I can only say to the families and the people that are suffering right now, my gosh, it is a sad time. And I can only hope that everything resolves peacefully, which I think that kind of went out the door. I can only hope that things get resolved quickly is the best way. And we are thinking about the innocent people and the suffering right now, and hopefully these hostages are freed sooner than later. So we recognize that it is a dark time and people are suffering, but we need a place like this on a Saturday night for a hobbyist, whatever it may be, whatever your passion is, you need to take some time for your own mental health to step away, put that stuff aside, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to put the dark times of happening in the world on that shelf over there for the next hour and just kind of get some mental relaxation and just talk about RC. How's that sound?
Sounds great to me.
All right. So I definitely want to put you in the juicer. I want to see what we can squeeze out of you, and I want you to kind of take the stage. Can you map us through everything you did? Because I can't ask you questions because I really don't know when you landed, where you went. When you landed, where did you go first, and what day? And give me a time frame of where we are.
Yeah, I'll run you through a timeline. So I flew last Thursday out to LAX.
Nice.
It's a fantastic airport to visit and not stay at very long.
Yeah.
And went north, so stayed in Oxnard. So as I went north, I had a couple options with the GPS, and I decided to drive the coast up through Malibu to watch the sunset, which was
nice,
fantastic. It was a great way to reset, watching the sun go down over the Pacific. I'm used to it going down over the ocean on my right side.
Exactly.
Left side. So that was pretty cool to watch.
We got to go see Santa Cruz when we went to Proline by the Fire, and it was so weird to see the ocean from the other side.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
this is all feeling so opposite to me. But TMZ was not at LAX waiting for you to get off the plane.
No, no,
Okay.
no. Nobody was there waiting for me.
I, I'm
Other than the
I'm
rental car agency.
I'm sure TMZ was there for you.
Sure.
You just know how to outsmart them.
So yeah, on the way up through in Malibu, I stopped. Kind of watch the sun actually set and watch the flash. If you've never done that before, it's pretty humbling how small we are in this universe to watch that. So I did that. I got up to Oxnard and rested up, and then Friday I drove 2.5 hours south, back past LAX in Los Angeles to Corona. And the reason I did that is I went to Reef's RC corporate headquarters, the new one, and I ran, well, kind of helped set up and ate some pizza, fed a dog, and had a great time at Reef's opening event there at his new facility. If you're not
Was
familiar,
this a grand opening
well,
for
it's not a
him?
grand opening. It's the first time he had uh, the crawler course open every 2 weeks. Actually, if you're California and you're in that area, or if you're just kind of flying around like I do, it's every other week, and you can buy tickets through his website store. It's limited to 30 people, so it's a small group. You buy your ticket online, and then you show up, and they give you a name badge, and you can run the course. They got drift course, crawler course, now a micro course. They're going to do some stuff outside with Promoto, I believe, like a super motor type track. There's lots to do there. There's no real store frontage or shop or anything, but they do have display cases where you can pick up servos. I was fortunate enough to pick up my, can't really.
Oh,
I got my pink Raw 500.
nice.
Number 33. Oh, got a lot of glare because it's still in plastic.
I wasn't sure if you were going to be holding up a brass or what, so I did get a chance to see it was pink.
That's maybe down the road in the story.
Okay.
So,
And let me know the old course at Reef's old location, was any of that able to
No.
be relocated? So
No.
basically
all brand
scrap.
new. Yeah, all brand new.
Wow.
Shaped like a W. So there's 3 lanes interconnected on the backside. He was able to score Hawaiian lava rock for a good portion of the course, and that is some interesting rock to crawl on because it's all grip, which means choose wisely because there is no slip. Like your truck will just flip over because it's all traction. So I learned a few lessons on that course. It's completely different than the East Coast. And that's, we always say, what tire is best? Depends on where you live. And
That's got to be the first answer. Is it depends on even time of year, if location, climate.
Later on in the week, we went out crawling at different places, and depending on where we were, the time of day, conditions change. So it's a lot more severe, I think, on the West Coast with the temperature flux from nighttime to daytime. No rain. We have dew this time of year, which means wet rocks in the morning and sun-baked rocks in the afternoon. So, it's just the difference of all that. But yeah, so Friday was an excellent time. I had a great time out at Reefs. He treats me well. I got to work on some of his trucks. I got to play with some new stuff. And it was just a fantastic experience. As a Reefs team driver, it's like going to Mecca for me, because otherwise it's not really somewhere that I could just drive to on a whim.
Right.
So I hung out there till about 8 o'clock. I think they stayed till about 10:30, 11 o'clock because I had that 2.5 hour drive north again. So got back to the hotel next morning, early wake up, and that was for FMestival. and that was at the Auto Museum. So my hotel is about 5-10 minutes away from the Auto Museum.
First annual
First
FM
annual
Festival.
ever FM Festival. And I got invited out there, and it was a pleasure to help and attend and see all things, see all the people. An FM Festival is not locked into a particular brand. It's not that kind of show. It's, bring whatever you want to bring. I was focused on the micro side this time, micro crawler courses and things of that nature on Saturday. Mike Green from Pitbull Tires was there. RC Car Action was there. I got to see a lot of the builds that got sent in. Robert Pezza, who's on here, got to see his FJ40 that he did. Everything was like all those trucks that were displayed, that were sent as displays, were put on pedestals with an engraved plaque in slate or burned in wood. So it was a very good display, arts style display of those vehicles, which was fantastic. It wasn't just a bunch of trucks on a table. They were, sat around the exposition very, very nicely. So it's very good to see that.
And that makes a difference, having that set up and displaying it. Were they articulated, you mean? Was it like on a rock display?
So the display stands were about, probably about 3 feet, maybe 40 inches tall, flat deck.
So all four wheels are off the ground. It's kind of sitting on the skid.
No, it was a pretty wide pedestal. So it was probably
okay.
20 by 20 pedestal. There was, rock on there with the vehicle articulated, depending on what vehicle it was. There was a fantastic chopped people's car that had the roof chopped off that looks very similar to something that I'm working on already. So that was there. There were some other various vehicles that people, Dan Wilson had one on display there. He had a Michigan that he did up. Super awesome.
Did he paint? Did Dan paint his?
I assume so. I don't know.
I'm sorry, the one that Dan brought, was it painted?
It was, it was painted. I assume he sent that to Paul to display. And
Dan wasn't there. Dan wasn't there personally. Gotcha.
Not that I was aware of.
Okay. Do you know who did the people's car with the roof chopped off? Was it?
I can't remember. It was the Heat Wave car. I'm sure. Anybody watching this is probably
might be able to.
Social media. I just can't. The name escapes me.
Well, that's cool. Did anybody go back and do what you did to your? I want to call it a Samurai, but it's not the fluorescent. Yes, the green one, the fluorescent green one. Some people have raised it. Did anyone do anything to that?
I'm trying to think. The little 12 scale Jimny. No.
Yeah.
No, I didn't see anything like that. I wish I would have brought mine now, but I brought little truck. So I had my little FJ40 that Scale Rat detailed, and it has the engine bay and
nice.
Now one broken mirror off, but it's kind of floating around in there, just triangling, right?
Now, did that one win? Is that the one that won Best in Show?
Yes. So I got a trophy for Rust Bucket, and it wasn't. It was like the people from the Auto Museum that were choosing the winners, and a few other people.
Love it.
From the hobby.
Love it.
So I just indiscreetly put my stuff down and then kind of zoom away. But yeah, I got Rust Bucket, and then Best in Class, and Best of Show. So the trophies. The trophies are fantastic.
Whoa!
And it's got the FMS logo.
Nice.
This, it's on a stanchion, so it spins. But this is the FMS. Yeah, this one is for the Concourse Best of Show.
Is that printed?
Yes, it is 3D printed.
Okay.
Yeah. So I got that one and two more.
Wow.
which
Oh,
I
that's
was
cool.
which was not figuring on for packing and luggage and bringing home. So there along my travels, the last place that I packed to leave may have some extra underwear in a trash can and some socks in the trash can. Sacrifices have to be made. Sorry, Heidi. I came home with less.
You're watching weight and what can actually fit. So some
Yeah,
things this has just got to go.
they just gotta go. Yeah. If it wasn't useful to wrap up what I'm protecting, it didn't make it. Didn't make the cut.
Oh. All
So
right. So that's
yep,
Saturday yet? Or
so
this is still Saturday or
it's
Friday?
on Saturday.
Saturday.
So as a part of FMestival, you go in, you get your raffle ticket, you get your lunch ticket. So lunch is on them. And I tell you, I had the best um, three meat burrito I think I've probably ever eaten. And it was completely free on FMS. They paid for the caterer to come in and do that, and it was made right in front of you. Um, it was fantastic. So if you see an FMestival pop up in the future, like you know what to expect. Hopefully, they have free
And
food and
And that's a bold
tourism.
statement because I've been to a lot of events and I'm not maybe a hot dog or a peanut butter and jelly or a ham and
Yeah,
cheese. I've had some, shady quick meals, but usually that's on the person. Hey,
yeah,
we supplied the food truck, but they're making the people in the food truck are
yeah,
making money off you too. So
yeah,
that's a cool little
yeah. So
bravo FMS.
yeah,
Wow.
all the water, all the sodas, the food. It was all on FMS. So it
Bravo.
made it a fantastic day for everybody, including families. They didn't have to worry about things. Low budget impact. It was show up, have fun. The courses were fantastic. Jeremy from Big Squid sent one in. Bone Box, like they were top notch. So go over to the FMS Deville 2023 Southern California Facebook page and check out some of the videos and stuff like that, or go to search on YouTube. I'm sure you'll find some videos of people that were there as well. I tried to limit mine a little bit, just because one, I was kind of working and kind of helping people out, but also having fun taking some pictures. And then yeah, so after Saturday, FMestival moved to Marty's Hobbies on Sunday, um, which is probably one of the largest hobby shops I've been in a long time. Indoor track, indoor birthday party facility, indoor slot car track, and every airplanes, boats, surface, everything was in there. And all the builder supplies, which is unusual. Usually you just get kit, and nothing that you can no styrene or nothing like that. It was all there. So it was a fantastic shop to kind of be in for a day.
Was that the shop that you sent us a video of, and it
Yeah,
actually had like not a slot car track, but
it
there
was slot
was,
car.
was
Yeah,
it
slot
slot?
car and an off-road indoor carpet track.
Wow,
Yeah.
it was very large,
Hmm.
clean.
Yeah.
It was kind of like the Disneyland for RC. I mean,
Yeah.
if that didn't get your heart racing,
Yeah. I was super excited to be there. So we actually went there Saturday night to kind of preview it, and then Sunday morning we went out to a local spot with that crawling club out of Marty's. The name escapes me. I'm sorry. But we went out to the rocks with a couple new trucks and got some familiarization with some stuff, and general hour and a half crawl time on what I call sandpaper rock. It
Velcro
just
rock.
yeah, Velcro rock. It wasn't quite Velcro. It was a little slick, but it was you catch traction and lose traction, catch traction, lose traction. So it's maybe like 140 grit rock.
Time out. I'm
Yeah.
still back in that hobby shop. So you're talking about the builder section,
Yeah.
styrene, all the glues, like the paint section, top
Yeah.
notch.
Top notch.
Really?
The crafter tools, the
Ah,
saws, the picks, the airbrushes, all that's there.
like
So,
you could get your flush cut saw, and they
yeah.
had it all.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
It's refreshing to see that those shops still exist. There's
Oh,
none quite that outfitted. They have things, but they don't have that
not
to choose
to that
from.
degree. Yeah, I've been in a few. What? Not was it White Rose?
White Rose is pretty good. Yeah.
They had a decent section there sometimes, enough to get you going. But I'd get excited when I'd see the paint section, and they had a Cow RC line. Speaking of that, Heath's here. What's going on, Heath? Yeah, so it is super duper cool to see a hobby shop that can put that kind of variety together. That one stop shop for a builder. Oh man, I'm thinking of all the crap that I have to order on Amazon. I would love to just be able to step back inside a brick and mortar store and be able to grab that stuff off of a shelf, or even not even. Sometimes it's hard to pick paint colors because on
see them to actually,
yes.
Depending on your screen resolution and backlighting, it changes colors.
And it's rare. You don't need it all the time to be that critical, but it's cool to be able to hold a color in your hand. Okay. All right. So we're back on the rocks the next day, running some prototypes, it sounds like some super secret down the line kind of stuff.
Yeah. So not super secret anymore.
These were out. It was actually on display.
These were on display.
So the cat's kind of out of the bag.
Yeah, the cat's kind of out of the bag, but the release dates are still pushed into like mid-November. So
okay,
people are going to speculate on things. They're going to make assumptions, and but it's fine. It's not out there on purpose yet. Like it's kind of a soft
opening, kind of get some feedback from the people, kind of the privilege for showing up at the event. This was
exactly.
Now, if somebody would go to the Facebook page, if somebody wanted to play Super Detective, could they go to the Facebook page and catch a video, or were they policing video in this area?
No, we weren't really policing video. Nobody was really policing video. They knew what was going to happen, and they seemed okay with that. The owner of FMS was there, so he was fine with it. So expectations were made. At least this time, the U.S. market has the early. For once, instead of
let's hurry up and send it over the ocean and let them spoil it for them for once.
Yeah, totally. So we'll get to that, but so we'll go with through. All right, so we're at Sunday, FMestival at Marty's. They allowed us to set up the micro courses that we had at the Auto Museum inside on the carpet track, and we were able to use the slot car track for the new. They're like little tiny virtual reality racers. There's a BMW M series and a Skyline GTR that are like sub micro, and then you have the VR glasses and a camera that's mag mount on the top of it.
Yep.
So we were racing those around the slot car track, and it was fantastic. It was fun, super fun. Kids loved it. Adults loved it. Most of the people that never wore VR glasses to drive just sit down. You don't want vertigo. To move around. Yeah. But I can tell you the visual on those goggles are fantastic. It's probably like a 720. Don't quote me on that, but it looked great.
But not you're talking like no static and glitching it. Yep, okay, that was always the problem with the early technology. It was like in and out. It's staticky. It's fuzzy.
Yeah.
But if they've got
like a normal size FMS style sized remote, And everything works through the remote. The car has underglow lights that change and stuff like that. And then the VR glasses have like A through G and a channel 1 through 8 on each of those letters. So
And that allows you not to bind.
yeah, so
with,
you could run 30 or more. I'll do math in public, but you could do a lot of cars at one time, or you could turn it on and watch what other people are doing.
Oh, bind into there.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it has a memory card, so you can record what you're doing if you're driving around or whatever and want to record a video.
So it really pays at that scale. It really pays to have a track or a spot that's dialed in for that scale.
The slot car track was just about perfect for them because there's no clearance. They're just micro little cars with little rubber band tires. Flat surfaces. That's about it. A countertop or something like that would be great. But yeah, that was fun. And then during the event, they brought out 2 of the vehicles that they were showing the previous day, not running but showing, which is the 24th scale Lemur, which is like a buggy chassis version of the FCX 24. So it's got like a buggy body on it, and 1.1 or 1.2 wheels. So it's got a much bigger tire on it. But the underpinnings, it's still 2-speed. It's still Portal 124th. All that's the same. So it's pretty cool. The other one was it's like a MT, like an MT18. So it's like a Chevy Colorado body, but it's got 4-wheel independent suspension, go fast, which also has a 2-speed. So it, little mini racer.
Yep.
And then the FCX 10s, which is what we ran Sunday morning. Paul and I both ran one. I ran the orange and white one. He ran the black one. So the colors.
So it was 2 colors.
So there's 3 colors. The colors are the same as the FCX 24 Blazer. So it's
so you get that brown and gold, or okay.
Yeah. So it's those same 3 colors. So you can have twinsies, out there. And if anybody's seen, some footage of that truck from NERSA or, from Harley Designs or, whoever else, it's a wicked cool truck with a lot of features. It, looks like other things, but all crawlers look like other things if you look at them in a biased perspective. So I'm not arguing with anybody. You can think what you want to think about it, what it looks like or what it doesn't look like, but it's pretty cool. I haven't seen anything exactly like it on the market. So
okay.
Feature wise, everybody does the same features, so it's it's one of those things.
Yeah.
That was just the weekend. And then, yeah, this is going to take a while. So, FM Festival ended Sunday there at Marty's. I left a little bit early from that event because I had to drive to Las Vegas for the NERSA show. So at the Orleans Hotel in Vegas was the NERSA show. It's the National
Hobby
Shop Association or whatever it is. So that's where the dealers, the manufacturers, and the shops meet to basically look at their ordering scheme and new products.
But it was quiet this year because this is the time of the year, like if you go back, this was like the year the TRX-4M, or I'm sorry, this is the time of year the TRX-4M was disclosed.
Yeah.
People were snapping photos of this at a NERSA event. Not a lot sneaked out of there that I noticed. The internet didn't break on my end.
There wasn't as much of the peekaboo game. Vanquish had a peekaboo game. I can't talk about that, but there's other, you know, other cool things were there.
Okay.
HPI, snuck their,
That's a name you don't hear often.
yeah. So they snuck in a new version of their old crawler platform with a different body on it. Which, love it or hate it, bodies are bodies, whatever. But if you like the old HPI truck, it's back. It's pretty much the same.
Like the one, are we talking that had that Venture FJ
Venture.
body? That
Yeah.
version?
Yeah, the Venture.
Okay.
It's just not that body anymore.
Okay, change
I
the
don't
body.
think they have the license anymore for Toyota.
But I mean, I liked it. It was a neat body. It was
Yeah.
stuck around for a while.
New one's a little different.
Is it licensed?
No, it is
No.
unlicensed body.
Unlicensed body. Okay.
So
So HPI. Wow.
And you have to remember that show is all things hobby shop. So it's everything
Right.
from rockets to models to paints to tools. It's not just RC hobby. So
Things that you're going to see in a hobby shop. Right? Pokemon, like would you see trading cards, that kind of stuff?
The Gundam models and things of that nature are all there. But
oh, that's cool.
like I said, I mean, you can go to Harley did a walkthrough of all the tables at NERSA, so you can watch his show if you want to see what all was there. But really cool things at Reef's booth, which is where I spent most of my time, all of my time. He had a new release, which is let me get it out of the box. Ugh. This thing's like a Blarney stone. I think I've polished it 100 times this past week. But it is the brass raw 800 low profile.
Oh.
So
okay. The other brass one that he did
is the raw 500, and that one is sold out. These have only been, I think, available for maybe 3-4 days at this point. But I would expect these to sell out really, really quickly as well. It's kind of designed for the pro, and there's axle clearances for servo on axle, and other axles that use servo down that low. It's really cool.
I'm looking for my Sorka rules to see if brass is going to fly.
Oh, it looks like a polished gold brick. So call it what you want.
Okay, we'll call it gold, not brass.
Yeah. So
I was going to check the living rules to see if there was a legal thing.
Yeah.
That's hot.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
So, is there a difference in weight then? I mean, well, obviously there has to be, right?
So the raw 500 is, the brass one is twice the weight as an aluminum one, and the same with the 800 low profile. They're basically double the weight. So it's substantial. Yeah. So let's see, NERSA's kind of like rinse and repeat for a couple days, but they have like all the shops could go out to the pond. They would bus you out to the pond. You could go run boats. They had the air, and then they had the surface stuff where you could, test drive. I don't know. We went crawling the day that they all went out to the boats.
Okay.
So we met up with a carryall driver, Skittles.
Oh.
Yeah. So
were you at her hotel or not even where she was?
Yeah, we went out. We met them at Red Rocks, and we went crawling there. Insane Reefs driver as well. She sees lines that they look like walls to me, and she's just driving a truck up them.
Bro, we've been watching reels from her for a while, and they're doing some X-rated things to those rocks on the West Coast.
It was crazy. And, Brock was there with us from Reefs, and, they let him drive the truck. I just drove my Pro and did scale truck stuff with it because it wasn't doing those things. but Brock was able to pull some lines that nobody local was pulling with those trucks. So they're fantastic. And again, great people, and just awesome to hang out with. And we're in Vegas, so we did dinner and stuff like
A
that.
show, Vegas stuff.
Yeah, we didn't do any shows or the Sphere or anything like that. I wouldn't do that without Heidi. Like I would.
The zip line, is that the? I see the people.
Yeah.
Any of that? Okay.
No.
Did you at least see it? Did you see people zinging over your head at all?
No, we didn't. That's down on Fairmont. We didn't go down there.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so that was Nurse's show, and went through all that, and then packed up and I came home. I've been on the road for way too long, so that takes me to yesterday with delayed flights and everything else, and I didn't get in until about 2:00 in the morning. So now I'm suffering jet lag from Italy to California back home. So my internal clock is all screwed up. Yeah.
Wow. So that is a long 3 weeks. Like you said, it's been a minute.
Yeah. Well, it's been a month. I had a couple days at home in between, but yeah, it's been a month of travel.
Been a month.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Well, fantastic. Those are some stories. Those are some memories to last a lifetime. So, bravo.
And all during that time, stuff was still showing up here at the house.
Oh boy. So, okay, yeah, we won't get into that. All right. So I was going to ask, is it piling up on your porch? But I'm sure you have a way for a mailman to tuck it away safely and
safely inside, and waits for me.
Roger that.
Christmas present, open it.
When you get home, sit around your imaginary Christmas tree like a kid, and sort through. Everything that came. Excellent. So,
and we're talking things from limited edition stuff from China, Poland, like all just kind of arrived.
Wow. So what do we see over? What do we? What do we see over your corner of your shoulder there? I see a sexy.
This one?
Yeah.
All right. Oh.
I'm admiring the rack on it.
Yeah,
Holy crap!
So that is the Scale Garage Systems rack for the 109.
Woo.
It's obviously not mounted yet, but the work on this is freaking phenomenal, and that is real wood on the side.
Are these handmade?
These are handmade, and Marcin does a fantastic job. They open up, they got all the bins in them. It's got a little prop that you can prop the door open with.
Holy smokes.
It's crazy next level stuff. It's all powder coated. It is fantastic. And
is that designed to fit only one truck?
He designs these to fit certain applications. So one of his most popular is for this style for the LC70. The Killer Bodies LC70. This one is specifically designed for the 109 from Boom Racing, and it literally just drops right on. And it's got 2 bolts that you drill holes for, and it bolts to it. And it's got a ladder rack for the back. So that was fantastic. And he even gives you a little sheet.
Yep. What is it made out of? I mean, is he hit? Oh, man.
Yeah. So the sheet,
wow.
I got number 3, and it gives you the date that you ordered it, and it's personalized with your name. So it's a very nice touch.
You get a little birth certificate with it.
Basically, yeah. So, I ordered this back in September, which is probably how I got number 3. I assume his is 1 and maybe his dad's is 2. I don't know. But sure. yeah, that was exciting. That was the first box that I opened, and it was fantastic. Yeah, I can't wait to get that build out of my head and into reality.
Okay. As far as stuff placed on it, the art sale items stacked
Mm,
around, or are we
Not
going more
not
than that?
really, going a little different. Going a little different.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
yeah, we'll
I, I,
we'll put
I
a
mean,
pin
that's
in.
it's the softball approach. I mean, they
Yeah,
obviously just start filling it with
yeah.
shit.
I
Like,
mean, it'll get filled, but we'll put a pin on
they're
what that's going to become. But yeah,
fantastic. It looks great. I mean, the craftsmanship looks
yeah.
freaking
Marcy did a
amazing. Uh,
fantastic job.
even just hearing it, you can hear the quality,
Yeah,
just the way the thing's shut, and
yeah. And it's not super
bravo.
heavy. It's not like a steel rack that weighs everything down. It's nice and light. The
Do you, do you remember when RC Four Wheel Drive
um,
released the tent, the functional tent on
yeah,
the
yeah. Just like throw a brick on your truck.
I mean, it cost me like $100,000. I forget how much I
Yeah,
freaking paid for that thing. And I mean, I won't get rid of it. It's my comic relief.
yeah.
And thinking all that to get the stupid functional tent and to get that one photo out of it, like
Yeah.
it was heavy. So you're saying it's not that brick on your
It is not
roof?
a brick. No.
All
Like
right.
I've had the interior cage from RC four-wheel drive in FJ40s, the little Jalandes, and man, that thing is like 2 pounds just for a cage, and it's like it just kills the suspension. This is not that, and this is on a leafer, so weight it kind of matters. So yeah. Other cool things that came in. Uh, if you follow, what's going on in the micro world, this should be pretty cool to you.
Well, is that Ripper thing?
Yeah, so this is the Muse uh, fully machined Ripper, and I have number 60, and this is still in its plastic overwrap.
Okay.
So if you
We're
want me to
gonna do an
open it,
unboxing?
if you,
Yes, let's
you want
do
me
an
to open it up,
unboxing. You should have let me
all right.
hook
Now
people with.
I'm devaluing this by probably hundreds of dollars.
We should have set the hook in the first 10 seconds of the show. Stick around for the ending of the show as we do an unboxing.
Yeah, so maybe I'll
I
just do
thought,
it a piece at a time. So it's well
wow.
packaged,
I
very
mean,
well
yeah,
packaged, and I don't
yeah,
need to keep
yeah.
the handwritten number 60 because these are laser etched.
Nice.
So if I can figure out how the box, so it's a magnetic closed box.
Ooh, we've seen that before.
Yeah, yeah, nice.
At,
It's foam.
dun dun dun.
So we got some
Do I have a
stickers.
drum roll or something? I need some sound effects or something. Oh, what?
So this is a silver on silver. They have a
Oh,
silver with orange chassis and a black on black.
yes. Yep, yep, yep.
And
Both
it
look great.
is so it has an interior with drivers in there. Yeah, and it is all billet machined aluminum like the big rippers. They give you the mounts, the bumpers, and all that stuff too. So yeah, so it's pretty cool.
Wow. Yeah, it is.
It's pretty cool.
So, where's the rest of it?
So
Is this?
so this is a much like the original rippers from
Yep.
Vanquish. This one's designed for the TRX4M platform to be under it. So the skid bolts in, and then your shocks and axles. Um, I have a printed ripper. So this is a completed, printed, 3D printed ripper.
Yes.
Now they do the cage in ABS, which makes it a lot cheaper and stronger. But this one is a ripper like my ripper. So
This was the same. This was the same company, earlier edition printed.
Yeah. These were the first ones that came.
Okay.
I got this one from Matt Coker, and so this one looks like my real Ripper.
That's why. Yep.
I'm gonna have. That's why I got this one in silver, is so I can have it done to match my Ripper.
I like it.
Yep. So cool stuff.
Now, can we discuss price on that thing? Was that the like 2 something for that setup?
There's 100 of them made. There's an owners group and all that stuff, just like the Vanquish Rippers. But there 100 of them made. They were $299.
Two. I thought it was 2 something. Okay.
Yep. And they, sold out.
Really
fast.
quick. Yeah. Well, bro. I mean, the micro comp scene has taken hold. I don't think it's going to go anywhere anytime soon. There were people wanting to call fad, and it's going to pass. The micro scene's not going to last. But it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, it'll be around for quite a while. And when companies do something like this, it kind of solidifies. It's not easy to machine parts like that, especially at that scale. So kudos to them for fantastic machine work, and it looked fantastic for the 10 seconds I had it in my hand. So I'll look at it more and probably take some photos. But it's the hobby is moving forward. We're able to get more detail. We're able to get more things at smaller scales, which is more convenient for people, both in price point and storage. You don't need all of that for things like this. You just don't need it. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Very cool. Very, very, very cool.
And I don't think there's anything else that showed up that I can actually put on the internet.
On the internet yet. Yeah. Okay. I knew there was a couple of things that are still timelined and time release and classified. I know Judd, have you been following what Mr. Judd Rummage over at RC Pro Rack's been doing?
I have not.
He released new Pro Racks. So these showed up the other day, and what he did with these, I didn't get a chance to put them together, but he has a name for them. They're a more compact design, so very similar to the ones that have been hanging, the original tent scale size, but it's a shorter depth from the wall. They don't stick out as far, that compresses them. They're a little bit closer to the wall. A little bit sturdier for them. He's not calling them micro racks, but they are definitely honed and will tidy up those 18th scale trucks that are taking hold. That platform, that size, it's a like much solid base. There you go.
That entire shelf is
of this, yes, and I've got them sitting on top of each other, and they're just all piled up here. That size has taken hold, and so I think it was great that he's going that direction and bringing a Pro Rack to fit that and keep honing them a little bit. Hopefully, I think this is going to be a good Sunday night project. I'll pull these together and try a couple of them.
You should have did that today. It's been rainy and 58 degrees and overcast all day. It's been. I have
a Utron project that I've been trying to button up because the Zool shows up, and then I still got. I was putting. You'll appreciate this. I was putting carpeting in the back of my interior bed, trying to cut just those cheesy little details that you'll never know are there. But I was cutting mats and cleaning stuff up, and then I started staring at parts a little too long. And
did you make floor mats, or do you need my guy at Fit Tech?
You need your Weather Tech to measure them up for me. Send me your Weather Tech army to get them done right. well, no, I was looking at a close-up photos of some of the U-Tron parts, and you know where I'm going with this. After the busted knuckles with sanding and getting those print lines out, and I'm looking at the bumper, and I'm like, this is a bumper that you're going to be seeing all the time. With the printer, it doesn't take very long. I'm like, I'm going to send it through the printer one more time, and I've got it, everything mounted. I got the high clearance links mounted. Everything was done. I'm like, you know what? I'm sending everything back through the printer again, and I'm going to take the time and resand it. Prime it, sand it again, wet sand it, and just make them really super fine. Take those print lines out for no other reason than it was a a rainy Saturday. Let me quick do this, hit it with some sandable paint primer, and I'll hit it with a black again, just for another round to get them just a super clean look for those people that like to zoom in on those photos. I would have been cleaning my windows off, getting the paint off those U-Tron windows, but that stuff from Tamiya still has not showed up yet, so I'm going to be patient and wait. I thought I was going to cheat it. I bought something else, and I'm like, I cut a window out that I had like some piece of Lexan, like a sample piece. I had the paint on it already. I'm like, let me just do a little one, just a test, so I don't screw up the whole body. And I'm so glad I did. I mean, it hazed the entire body. I'm like, this is why they make a special product to remove that paint without damaging that Lexan. If you want that
clear body, I have.
You have a clear U-Tron body?
Yeah. I'll charge you for your entire Zool because I want to make an IFS to Zool.
Did they release the IFS kit already? The new IFS? Okay, it has. Okay.
You're going to have to steal it off of U-Tron.
All right. Well, I was talking to someone else asked me the question yesterday. He's like, I'm waiting for Element to release the kit version of their truck without he's like, I just don't want that U-Tron body. I'm like, bro, yes, the U-Tron body is not that bad once you throw some once you start throwing Knights files at it, it's not that bad.
So probably the best thing that you can do if you have a U-Tron, you don't like the body, is print the roll bar. And
it changes everything.
It finishes it out. And it makes
just
it less
the roll bar.
Weird. Yeah. The roll bar itself is plenty.
Now let's talk high clearance fenders for a second. Show me your cut line that you would do for the high clearance fenders. Is it literally the black that we cut?
It's more than that.
It is a little bit more than that because when I cut the high clearance for the front, I took a pencil mark and I have to like literally go up a little bit more inside there yet. But my first cut was just the black. Yeah, but it is,
what I do on those fenders is I'll put the tape, I'll put green, body tape, just masking, green tape over the fender. And then I'll put the flare on where it fits. And then I'll mark the inside.
What are you doing? Dabbing like paint or drill bit? Like how are you transferring
transfer markers? The markers that have a long stick to it. They use them in engineering.
Yep.
They're transfer markers. You can get them on Amazon.
And it allows you to go through the hole.
Basically, real fine.
Okay.
Long, extended. So I just go up underneath of there, and then I cut the mask on that line, remove the top piece where the flare mounts to the body, mount that, then come back and trim it roughly with scissors, and then come back with sander and round out what is left underneath of the flare. That way it's exact. There's no weirdness there, and it's a lot of you can get a lot of material to affix the flare to it. That's it's a lot.
No, and I keep saying, in this little truck, there's a lot of work with all those printed parts, the windows. I mean, you turn back around and you're like, man, a lot of work to this darn thing. I've been dabbling with custom KC lights for the printed ones that you're getting from the ones that you can get from the Knights file. The problem is once it's done, you don't have the sticker left behind. But I think after my conversations today with a common sticker company that we both know, I think I nudged him hard enough today to start making them in a variety of colors and versions. There's these 3 different styles, so that people that make that Knights print can just apply those KC stickers to go. It needs it. It sells it.
Yep.
Well, yeah. So we'll get that done. And yeah, so it's just been chaos, but good chaos. That's what we like, is just keeping ourselves busy and having fun.
Yep. I'm ready to slow down for a little bit and start putting some of the stuff together, start my winter builds, and start focusing again on that instead of other things. And yeah.
Good for you. Do you have anything left in your calendar for the remainder of the year, officially, event-wise?
The next one would be local Hartford Rocks.
Okay.
We're doing our annual fall night run, which is always spectacular. You do a little part swapping and night runs, glow stuff, get to show off the light sets. So
that's fun.
That's pretty much
it.
Then we're going to get ready for cold weather. Yeah, that's about it event wise until probably March.
We've had a few people whispering something about a November thing local. I don't know if it's going to end up at Blue Rocks, so I will keep you posted. I'm not sure where it's actually going to land, but we're trying to. It was a few trail people that were talking about finding something within reason that was a common spot that we could all end up at to maybe close out 2023, whatever you want to say.
That sounds cool.
So I'll keep you posted if that all pans out. I think even builds, size matters. There's a handful of people all.
Yeah, good crew. And
we could get.
There may or may not be a FCX10 in the mix.
Exactly, it'd be worthwhile to come and check out all the fun new stuff. I'm the FCX18.
FCX18 is pretty cool. Just an extended metal rail version of the FCX24.
But they got the shocks right. They got some detail in the body.
Bigger battery.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool little platform.
Fan-freaking-tastic. I love it. Well, that is pretty much. We kept the show around an hour. You're back again. I think we did do this or that with you the last time you were here. All right, so we put you through that once. We're not going to make you suffer through it again. Let's just scroll through. And Javier, what's going on, sir? Mr. Operation 11 Charlie Javier is here. How are you, sir? Trey Smith.
I can drop some knowledge.
Do it
for the FMS fans. Operation 11 Charlie link and purchasing through FMS will start for the Veterans Holiday season. Will start, I believe, on 1 November and run through the 15th of November. They're going to give you a 10% off code and a discount. I think that applies to the first 50 people that use the code. I don't have the code yet. It's still in the works, so it'll be on FMS's social media. But there is already a link that does exist with Operation 11 through Operation 11 Charlie. It's an affiliate link. So any purchase you make on FMS, if you want the new FCX 18, or your pre-holiday shopping or whatever it is, if you use that affiliate link, Operation 11 Charlie gets their percentage, how affiliate links work. So they get a percentage of the sale. Doesn't cost you any money, and it's fantastic. If you, from the 1st to the 15th for Veterans Day promotion, you'll get 10% off if you're one of the first 50 using the code, and Operation 11 Charlie gets their affiliate link code as well, all in one. So it's a benefit for you and them. And with the new trucks coming out and the release dates around those same times, like
Use
spread
it.
the word, use the code, get your discount on cool stuff right out the gate, and help out O11C.
Oh, and we'll continue doing what we did
Oh,
before.
the link is on Operation 11. Yes, thank you, Hobby. The link, if you go to operation11charlie.com, you will see the link there. Just click on FMS. That is the affiliate link. Anything you put in your cart and buy, it's part of the program.
And the Rad Show does not use an affiliate link for this reason. We would much rather share the Operation 11 Charlie affiliate link and let the proceeds go to them. And that is just the simplest way for us to handle it, is to we'll put a link directly to the Operation 11 Charlie site, or a direct affiliate link will be shared here for you to click somewhere in the comments. We'll have it up to use that affiliate link, please. Awesome. That's fantastic.
Yep.
Good stuff always coming from FMS. As always, Element, RC Four Drive, all of them. Vanquish has their things coming. Like Trax every brand just has stepped back up to the plate. It's great to see. Axial, all of them. They all continue to do what they do. It's an exciting time. Boom Racing obviously takes their scale stuff and hits it out of the freaking park. Like it's
the Series 388 is coming. We just don't have a date yet, but it is coming. The short wheelbase version pickup is going to be incredible. That's
wow.
Killer.
Fan-freaking-tastic. Well, that is it for us. We're not going to make you sit here on a Saturday any longer. Thank you for tuning in. As always, I'm just making sure we got no more questions. Nope, Javier, we will make sure everybody finds the affiliate link for what Jeremy was telling about here with the affiliate link for FMS. Other than that, we'll give you a soft outro here with a outro video. I can do this. Let's go to brand, and here is our outro video and our farewell. Jeremy, do you have any final words?
Yep. Be cool. Yep. Go RC.
Roger that. All right, people, we're out. We'll see you again. Maybe next Saturday. Here's the official announcement for the Rat Show. We're going to do this as is. This is the holiday season in my eyes. As we come to the end of October, November, December, weekends and time just gets super duper crammed up. The show takes a tremendous amount of work week after week. Scheduling guests. We're going to do a soft... as we are restructuring things and booming here with Carryall, we are going to put our time and attention where it needs to be. And right now, we'll do the Rad Show. We'll give plenty of notice, but it might not be a weekly thing the rest of the year. Just with the holidays, and I mean, you know where I'm going with this, Jeremy. Yep. Thanksgiving, Saturdays, we got family things going on, so I'm just simply saying don't expect it to be an official Saturday night show each week. We will post earlier on Monday or Tuesday in the week of who the guest is going to be when we know. And we're just going to kind of take this a little bit more stress-free. People start texting me Thursday, Friday, who's the guest, what's going on? And then Saturday night, if I don't start at 8, why aren't you, you're late. Look, it's not going to be official every Saturday night thing right now till the end of the year. It just gets too chaotic during the holiday season. So we'll see you the next time we're here again. And that's all I got to say about that. So the official outro looks like closing.